Hello, we are psychosocial health consultants from Inter Homines, a competence center for emotionally burdened refugees in Berlin. In this video, we will explain how you can learn German on your own using our 10 key methods. This video is helpful for you whether or not you have already been placed in an official language course, because in both cases, it is essential that you continue to work on your German in your free time. It is important to remember your determination, commitment, and discipline are key to your success in learning German. In order to quickly learn German well, you should use a variety of different techniques. For example, if you learn with only one textbook at a time, you might quickly get bored and not be able to concentrate properly. Using different methods is more interesting and helps you remember the material better. Next, we will show you 10 ways to improve your German quickly. Number 1. Daily structure and discipline. Always remember, it is extremely important to learn German if you want to live and work in Germany. A confident command of German language is a prerequisite for having a vibrant social life, and to make this happen, you have to deal with the language every day, even when you don't feel like it. If you get into the habit of learning German at certain times every day, it will become second nature at some point. Then you will do it automatically without having to force yourself, just like brushing your teeth. But to get there, it is essential that you structure your day well. Using the calendar function in your mobile phone is a great place to start. For example, a daily schedule might look like this. Wake up at 7 in the morning and take a shower, have breakfast and brush your teeth, etc. From 8 to 9, learn German with different methods, such as on the commute to work, study with a textbook, or listen to German radio on your phone. At 4 p.m., when you return home, prepare and eat dinner, followed by a little time to relax. From 6 p.m. to 8 p.m., study German again, this time with different methods than in the morning. But what specific methods are there for learning German quickly and effectively? We'll get to that now. Let's get started. Number 2, apps. There are a lot of applications for learning German. Below in this video description, you will find a list of different apps you can try. Vocabulary Trainer from Goethe Institute, Lernabenteuer Deutsch, Duolingo for people who can speak English, Hallo Deutsch, or Memrise. You always have your mobile phone with you, and you can use every free minute to strengthen and expand your vocabulary. 3. Media. Online, you can watch interesting videos in German and listen to the radio. If you don't understand something, just pause the video and go back and listen to it again until you do. Another good exercise is to speak aloud or repeat the sentences you hear. Do what you do every day anyway, as often as possible in German, such as listening to the news or reading. German news is also available on the internet in simple, slower language, for example, at Nachrichten leichter.de. Write down words you don't understand and look them up in the dictionary. Or on YouTube, you can watch the news of the day with subtitles. These and many more useful links can be found in the video description below. 4. Vocabulary cards. You can buy small, inexpensive index cards to make your own DIY vocabulary flashcards. Here is how to. First, write a word on a card in your native language, for example, tree. On the other side of the card, write the word in German, der Baum. The best way to do this is to use a dictionary. Learning with vocabulary cards is very practical and effective. Anyone can do this technique, and our colleague is a great example. She came to Germany as a young woman, could not speak a word of German, and then she had triplets, 3 children at once. So she had to use every free minute to learn German with vocabulary cards, for example, on the playground. And today she is a much sought after interpreter. When you have made several cards, you can learn the German words by heart with them. Make it into a fun learning game, a quiz, where you can ask and test yourself repeatedly. Read the word in your mother tongue and then try to remember the German word. Say it out loud, der Baum. Then turn the card over and check whether you got it correct. The more reliably you could remember the word, the further back you put it in the pile. It is helpful to form a short sentence with the word and imagine a picture. For example, the tree is in the garden. Der Baum steht im Garten. Once you know the word for sure, you can take it out of the learning pile. You should always have your vocabulary cards with you. This way you can learn on the go. For example, when you're waiting for the bus or walking in the forest, perhaps by your favorite baum. 5. Speak, speak, speak. To learn a language, you have to speak it. Try to speak to people in German as often as possible. With German friends, volunteers, social workers, people on the street, or even with the security people if you live in a refugee camp. Take every opportunity to speak German, for example, when you help the children with their homework. But you can also speak German when you're alone. For example, you can say simple German sentences in front of the mirror with a very clear pronunciation. We will now show you an exercise where you start with your own body. You touch your nose in front of the mirror and say loud and clear, Das ist meine Nase. That's my nose. Then you point to your hair and say, Das sind meine Haare. This is my hair. Also make simple spatial linking sentences like Meine Haare sind auf dem Kopf. My hair is on my head. Or Meine rechte Hand zeigt auf meine linke Hand. My right hand points to my left hand. When you know all the words that have to do with your body, you can point to the things in your room like a small child learning to speak and conquering their environment. Das ist ein Tisch. Auf dem Tisch steht ein Glas. Neben dem Tisch stehen zwei Stühle. This is a table. There is a glass on the table. Next to the table are two chairs. This way, you can practice speaking on your own and form increasingly difficult sentences. Do not be afraid of making mistakes. This is quite normal, and if you don't make mistakes, you won't learn anything. 6. Motivation. But you can do much more. A refugee we once worked with was asked how many words he wanted to have learned by the next meeting in 2 weeks. 70, he said. When he came back, he had even learned 100 words and wanted to start with the next pack of cards right away. His diligent studying also helped him ease his depression, and later he was able to complete an apprenticeship in IT. By the way, to reach language level B1, you need to know about 3,000 German words. If you learn systematically and effectively, you can make great progress in a short time. For example, take a look at the video about 2 Irish twins who live in Berlin and who learned Turkish in just 1 week. You can find the link in the video description. 7. Read, read, read. Another way to learn German is to read it regularly. You do not need to start with difficult books right away. It is better to start with something easy to have a sense of achievement. For example, with a children's book. Or on the internet you can find many interesting stories, read news, or learn more about a topic, for example, through blogs or Wikipedia. In this way, the language connects with your interests and your life experience. 8. Writing, writing, writing. If you want to learn a language really thoroughly and in depth, the best method is writing. because when you write, you have to think about every single word and the grammar of every sentence. So write letters and emails in German, or preferably keep a diary in which you write down what you did during the day. It is best to write in simple but complete and grammatically correct sentences. Let a native speaker help you with this. For example, heute bin ich 7 Uhr aufgestanden. Dann habe ich gefrühstückt. Später habe ich ein Video im Internet gesehen. Es ging darum, wie man Deutsch lernen kann. Today I got up at 7 a.m. Then I had breakfast. Later I watched a video on the internet. It was about how to learn German, and so on. 9. Learning by heart. Learn something by heart from time to time. For example, you can memorize this short poem, which many people say is the most beautiful German poem ever. It is called Wanderers Nachtlied, Wanderer's Night Song, and was written by Johann Wolfgang von Goethe, the most famous German poet. Über allen Gipfeln ist Ruhe, in allen Wipfeln spürest du kaum einen Hauch. Die Vögelein schweigen im Walde, warte nur, balde ruhest du auch. You certainly impress the immigration authorities with that. Or learn a German song by listening to it again and again until you can sing along with it.
Der Mond ist aufgegangen, die goldenen Sternlein prangen am Himmel hell und klar.
Your pronunciation will improve considerably because you have to emphasize each syllable individually. You can also memorize whole German sentences from a book that interests you. 10. Form study groups. You probably know other people who want to learn German. Help each other to learn. Get organized and form study groups. Then learning is much more fun and you can motivate each other. Try to speak more German in everyday life. If you have children, you can also speak German with them more often for a while. So these were our tips on how you can teach yourself German. Try out for yourself which of these ways are best suited for you and learn a little more German every day. You will be happy about your progress. We also offer Meta-German courses in which we practice the methods shown together, which makes it even easier for you. If you are interested, please contact us and we will see if and how we can help you. Until then, all the best and good luck with your independent German learning.